My first Karen was my mama. And no, she wasn't a white woman. She was just light-skinned. But her name was Karen, and that means something. The first thing about being a Karen means never having to say you sorry. And my mother has never in her life apologized to anybody. One day, she was in absolutely rare form. I had done something to piss off Jesus. I don't know what. I can't remember. She took it upon herself to inflict the punishment, which was she went through every drawer, every closet, pulled every piece of clothing I owned out, put it into the middle of the floor, and my punishment was to fold it all back up and put it back in the closet. But in the midst of her doing this, in the midst of her grabbing all these clothes and shirts and jackets, everything just throwing it in the floor, she passes out.
What?
Literally just pass out in the middle of the floor. So I'm like, God, whose side are you on? Get her Jesus is what it is. So as she's laid out in the doorway, I decide I'm just going to tiptoe over her and continue on with the rest of my day. Let her rest is how I felt. So I started stepping over her inanimate body. And all of a sudden she pops up. Okay, she just pops up. I was terrified. She grabbed me by the ankle, bit my ankle. I fall to the floor. She started kicking and screaming. So I'm running. I don't know what the hell is happening because the last second you was passed out, now you popped up and you biting ankles? What that got to do with Jesus? So I run on the top floor, right, of the house. It's a little landing. It's running toward me. I back up.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. This story then took a turn that I was not expecting. It went from something that I could probably relate to because I feel as though my dad be partaking in Karen activities to sounding like a scene out of Resident Evil.
Because what would anybody do when somebody is running toward them? I back up. She falls down the stairs. She tumbles. It was slow and dramatic. She was fine. She made it hot. It was fine. But did she roll a little bit down the stairs? Yeah, she rolled a little bit down the stairs. And then she told everybody that I pushed her. I can't believe my own daughter would push me down the stairs in my own home. Angela Bassett, you need to relax. It was too much. It was too much. But she left me alone for the rest of the day. So I go in my room, did it as I was told, folded all the clothes, hung everything back up, minded my own business. But like I told you, Karens never have to say I'm sorry. So what does she do? She comes in the room and she says, you want to go to Big Boy? Big Boy is one of my favorite restaurants in the world. Okay, Big Boy got burgers, fries, chicken, wings. It's a great place, okay? It was a time owned by Middle Eastern people. It was Detroit. Huge Middle Eastern population.
In New York, we have Kennedy Fried Chicken. If you know, you know.
That was the place where she went to apologize without apologizing. And I knew exactly what this was. So, of course, I say, yes. Yes, I would like to go to Big Boy. Thank you. We get in the car, we go to Big Boy. Get there, walk up. Welcome, Big Boy. We're a little short staffed today, but I'm going to get you guys some water, and I'm going to come back with the menus. It was a hot summer day, and I was in 10-year-old heaven, just sipping my drink. But after a moment, I noticed that my mother is way too damn quiet, and I look up and she's fuming. She's already fuming. Her little foot is just tapping on the floor, and she is not happy. She is not happy. She helped them before us. We were here first. So I look over to see what she's talking about. I'm like, no, I think I saw them when we sat down. She's like, no, what did I say? Right, you are right. They were here after us, Mom. I am sorry. We look around. We see the waitress. She's bopping from table to table, taking orders, dropping water, dropping drinks. She looks up and up. She's like, I'm sorry, just 1 minute. So after about 2-3 more minutes, the lady comes over. She's like, hello, I'm so sorry. As I let you know, short-staffed. Some waters. Can I get you anything else to drink? My mom says, no. We don't want anything else to drink. Okay, are you ready to order your food? No, we're leaving. Oh, okay. Is something wrong? I watched you go to every other table in here, and you didn't come to us, and we were here first. Why is that? The waitress says, ma'am, I had to help the other customers first. They were here first. So I was just kind of making my way around. But I'm here now. If you want to order, I would love to get you some food. No. We are leaving. You didn't help us. And I think You didn't help us because we're black. But this is America. Even as a 10-year-old, I know that this is going to a place that it does not need to go.
I'm not going to say we all have somebody like this in our life, but a lot of us have somebody like this that would create something out of nothing. And sometimes they know they wrong, they can't admit it. They in too deep, they got to stick with it. Bruh. This reminds me of going out to dinner with a few of my friends from high school. But actually, it was one friend from high school, and he brought his cousin out here. So we go to dinner, and his cousin, for some strange reason, like, I don't know what it was about that waitress. His cousin had something against the waitress, bro. She just kept on trying to find negative things that the waitress was doing. All right, we done. Everybody's leaving a tip. And she left the girl like $5. And we like, hold on. And to justify why she basically stiffed the girl on the tip, she was just pointing out all the bullshit that she was pointing out before, which we all knew she was borderline making this shit up. Like, I don't know if she was jealous of the girl or it was just something about the girl that she did not like, and she was just trying to find reasons to basically be a Karen. Even when the girl came, the girl was being nice to everybody. She was being borderline condescending to the girl.
Mama getting hot. I see the waitress getting hot. But my mother doesn't stop. To be in this country, you need to treat people with respect. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? I'm 10. I'm 10. You know what, ma'am? I think it is time for you to go. You can go ahead and leave. Thank you. I left first. I was already leaving. So come on, Kimber. Now they know my name. Now my name in the middle of the shit. They don't know her. They don't know Karen. But they know Kimber. This is some bullshit. So I get up. My arms folded. I didn't even get to finish my ice cold delicious water. Get up. Walk out the door. She's walking behind us. People are staring. Everyone's disgusted. I just want to get back to the car. And then the waitress says, walk faster.
Oh.
My mother turns around in slow motion to look back at this woman. Because how dare you talk to Karen that way? She says, why don't you go back to your country? Everybody is looking at us. I am red, beat red in the face, ashamed. I may be 10, but I know that this is fucked up. And now I'm pulling my mom. Mom, come on, let's go. Let's go. Because people are rising from their seats. They are pissed. The chef is coming out the back. He got a spoon in his hand. I don't know what he gonna do with that spoon. We need to go. So we get to the car. She look at me. She's like, I can't believe that my own daughter did not defend me. You're supposed to have my back. Can't believe you just threw me to the wolves.
You threw yourself to the wolves.
I'm sorry, but weren't you just the one that told him to go back to that country? You're the wolf. I didn't say that. I was thinking that I was 10, though. And I just said, but Mom,
I think you the wolf. That was a good rebuttal.
You told him to go back to your country, and that's not okay. And she's like, okay, right. She put the car in drive, drove home in silence. And the one thing that I learned is that Karens can only be defeated by humiliation or death. And unfortunately, both happened to my mama. Yeah.
That took a turn for the worse at the end. But if we all don't know a Karen, we all know somebody who's walking that tightrope. I told y'all, my dad pulled some little Karen shit over there in his neighborhood. To this day, I don't think he see the problem. And you know what? Okay. Because I'm not going to go back and forth with you, okay? I explained to him where he could have handled the situation a little bit differently. But at the end of the day, you're a grown man. I try to stay away from being around people like that. There have been situations where I felt as though my wife might be tiptoeing to that side. And I'd have to be like, hey, babe, it's not that serious. Hey, babe, you're doing too much. You know, that's one thing I could say. When I noticed a lot of Karen activities, well, mostly like when it's female partaking in the Karen activity, a lot of the dudes seem like they don't really have no backbone. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel as though as men, we move more on logic. And a lot of the ladies, y'all move on emotion. Something might happen. The way a man would handle it, it'll be logical. Like, okay, I could turn up, but would it be worth it? Do I feel like dealing with all of this? Whereas ladies, some of y'all, the ones who are capable of carrying activities, you guys will turn up. You don't care who's there. You don't care who, what, when, where, and why. I feel disrespected. I feel offended. And I want everybody to know. I don't care if I'm embarrassed, you embarrassed, if anybody else around me is embarrassed, you're going to feel this. And sometimes it don't even be worth it. Sometimes it be like, at least for me, dealing with my wife in these type of instances, I can confidently say that I've prevented a few Karen moments. Confidently. Now, there have been moments where she was justified. She was ready to go. I was almost there with her, but we found a different way. Maybe one day we could tell this story together, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a very disrespectful moment. It was a disrespectful moment. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. These are one of the things I like to do. I like to listen to people's stories. Whether some of these stories are real or fake, they have a lot of teaching moments, you know, because I know some Karens. I know some people who are capable of evolving into Karens. That's what I should have said. We all either know a Karen or we know people who are capable of evolving into a Karen. Like Pokemon. Imagine you watching all my videos, laughing your ass off, but you still ain't subscribed. You got commitment issues, dog? It's free. It is free for you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, YouTube not going to control when or how you see my videos. Come on, people. What's going on? What are you waiting for? I ain't begging. I'm asking nicely. Don't make me ask you again.